It's that time again. We've been blessed with another amazing Mystery Skulls animated video. If you're unfamiliar with Mystery Skulls, it's a web series of music videos with a Scooby-Doo-esque story that's much more than it seems. I highly recommend you check out the videos if you haven't seen them, because they're absolutely incredible. I'll link them in the description. Now then, if you have seen them, let's talk about the newest episode, Hellbent. Like always, there's a lot of lore, but it's all intentionally subtle, so you might have missed it, or didn't quite know what to make of it. Before I start, I'll just run down the characters' names, because they're never actually said in the videos, so you may not know them. Ahem. Arthur, Vivi, Lewis, Mystery, and Shira Maury. This episode starts right where the last one left off. Lewis and Shira Maury are pursuing the Mystery Skulls for their own separate reasons. Lewis clearly wants revenge on Arthur, but Shira Maury's motive is much more mysterious. Freaking out shows she definitely wants to get to Mystery for some reason, but other than that, we don't really know what's up with her. Mystery looks concerned about this flower petal, so he likely knows Shira Maury and is worried about whatever she's trying to do. When Shira Maury attacks the car, she cuts Mystery's face and seems really interested in his blood. Later, when there's flashes of backstory, you can see a paw dripping blood over a flower, and you can see Mystery as a kitsune looking at that flower. So Shira Maury is likely after Mystery's blood because, well, I don't know, it has strong magic power or something? I don't think there's enough information to reach a conclusion on this yet. The next major thing we see is a new character, Lance. Lance is Arthur's uncle. After Caulking is gone, he doesn't appear again. It's likely he'll be the one to interrupt the near-death events occurring in the cliffhanger ending. Also in his room, you can see photos of what appears to be all the Mystery Skulls. Next, we see several brief flashback images. Lewis's images are pretty straightforward and just reinforce his backstory and motive. You can see his relationship with Vivi, and Arthur being jealous of that relationship. This shot, they appear to be in the same place as they are in the image in Freaking Out. And this shot is likely showing Lewis's transformation after he died. Shira Maury has another image that shows some blue-haired warrior facing off against Mystery's kitsune form. There's a samurai helmet on the ground, so this is very likely from hundreds of years in the past. Her other flashback shows a similar scene, but interestingly, Mystery is bleeding and the warrior's sword is glowing. Next, when Shira Maury tries to get to Mystery, Vivi interrupts and Shira Maury briefly sees her as the warrior from her flashback. I think we have an Adventure Time-esque situation going on here. Vivi is likely a descendant or a future reincarnation of this past warrior that Shira Maury has had some sort of grudge against. You can tell by how excited Vivi is after fighting back that she's completely unaware of her past and has probably never even swung a weapon before. You can see that the warrior's weapon has a snow pattern, and considering their design is based around blue, she very likely has ice-based powers. Vivi's last name is Yukino, which is Japanese and translates to snow or the snows. Thanks Haruhi Suzumiya for teaching me that. So that basically confirms she has some sort of ice connection. In this flash, Mystery appears as a kitsune again, so it's likely this is an actual event Shira Maury saw in the past. Even though the warrior is shown fighting in the other flashbacks, at some point, she began protecting Mystery. Next, Shira Maury gets frustrated and blushes. Now this blush could be interpreted in many different ways, like maybe there's something romantic going on, or maybe she's just really angry. We don't know. Personally, I think she blushes because she's embarrassed that she's being defeated by this warrior again. When she fights back, Vivi's bat begins to glow blue, just like the sword in the flashback. This implies that past warrior had magic powers, and Vivi also has those powers, but she's completely unaware of them. When Mystery sees Vivi in danger, he begins to transform into a kitsune. It's probably his instinct to do this. In Ghost, you see he transformed to save Arthur's arm, so he likely transforms when his friends are in danger. And he seems scared about it, so he probably doesn't do it willingly. His power takes over him. Next, we see Lewis get revenge on Arthur, and like, the coolest shot in the whole video. Through the beautifully fluent animation, you can clearly see that Arthur's arm is still broken from the beginning of the video. Before dropping Arthur, Lewis reveals his true form. Lewis? This shows that even after Ghost, Arthur was unaware that this was actually Lewis. Lewis drops Arthur off a cliff, and we see this awesome cliffhanger shot of all the characters. Here you can see Lewis's heart breaks while he's watching Arthur fall. Even though he was after revenge, he likely feels guilty after accomplishing it. I mean, they were friends once, and Lewis was killed in a freak accident. Something took over Arthur. He's actually innocent. Lewis will probably learn that in the next video. In Freaking Out, you can briefly see Arthur's possessed arm run away, and that arm will likely make a comeback at some point. Also in this final shot, you can see Mystery's transformation in better detail. Either Lance or Mystery will stop Shira Maury from killing Vivi, but I'm unsure how Arthur's situation will be resolved. Maybe one of Lewis's ghosts will pull him up before he hits the ground. Lastly, in the series logo, you can see what looks like that warrior's scarf. The logo gets shot, and that's probably implying that Lance interrupts the situation, somehow. Probably. Guess we'll have to wait 2 years to find out. 2 years is a while, but animation takes a while. Compared to televised cartoons, very few people are working on this web series, so in order for it to be as quality as it is, they need to take their time. These videos are so detailed that you'll notice something new every time you watch them. I hope you enjoyed this little analysis. Please let me know any of your own theories or thoughts about this series. Thanks for watching!